Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. Sorry that I did not get out my third video yesterday, but I went and I took the boys to a baseball lesson and I worked with them on baseball, and we worked with my youngest son on his being a switch hitter and changing sides on the plate. By the time I got home, it doesn't happen to me often, but I was just out of gas, maybe because it was Friday. But here I am, and I did go and have a margarita last night. I needed one last night. So here I am. And by the way, before I forget, tonight the Auburn Tigers basketball team will play in the Final Four. I think it's 6 o'clock Eastern time, maybe. Let's see if they can win. It would be the first time that they ever are in a national championship in basketball if they win. Okay, got this from XRP Trooper at Trooper XRP. Sent me this from Han Solo. This is huge. Thanks, Joel Katz. It is happening. PolySign has partnered with BNY Mellon, the 5th largest bank in the world, which has custody of $33.3 trillion, building next generation custody service. BNY Mellon. Now, folks, there are a lot of things that I run into while I'm doing this channel, and there seems to be a lot of coincidences. The first coincidence here is that yesterday I was talking about Matthew Mellon, who had died, and he was one of the largest holders of XRP when he died. Okay, and this bank is his fam. I think this is his family's bank. That's one thing that I find kind of ironic here. The next thing is, I've told you many times that if you look under almost every financial rock in the world now, you will find something connected to either Ripple or XRP. And I am not exaggerating. Well, let's look under this rock. This is PolySign has partnered with BNY Mellon. PolySign is a company that works on custody solutions for digital assets. Well, you'll never guess who's involved with PolySign. Well, the first is the mysterious Arthur Brito. This is PolySign, our mission to build the global standard for institutional digital asset custody. So you've got Arthur Brito, who was involved in the creation of XRP, co-founded Ripple, and designed the XRP ledger. And then, as you go down further, look who's a board member. I want to say that I know that this is one of Ripple's executives right here. I'm pretty sure. And then, yeah, Antoinette was CCO of Ripple Labs prior to. Okay, she was the CCO of Ripple Labs. I don't know if she's still involved in Ripple or not. But we know David Schwartz is Ripple's CTO. But it's like all over the place with PolySign. You have Ripple, XRP, and there you go. Next. From XRP Australia, at XRP_Australia, sent me this article. This is interesting. Aussie schools' cryptocurrency programs attract international attention. If you really want to see that the crypto and digital asset genie is not going back in the bottle, look no further than this right here. When you start seeing the educational institutions beginning to do cryptocurrency programs and having blockchain classes, then watch out. But I wanted to read you one interesting part of this that I was reading. I was like, wow, look at this picture right here. First of all, this is a kid that's learning how to operate a Ledger Nano S. Now look, down here it says, recently, students have been working with hardware wallets using Minecraft as a catalyst. Nolan states that the kids split into teams and set about sending some dog coin to hardware wallets. Then in Minecraft, the teams find creative ways to hide the 24-word passphrase, and both teams have to hack the other account to retrieve the dog coin to their own wallets. That is amazing, folks, what's going on. It's amazing what's going on in this world now. We are flying high speed into this digital asset world now. Got this from Crypto Utility Guy, at John Heyman 7. Give him a follow. OTC Desk reports crypto surge, 13 orders of more than 1,000 Bitcoin in under an hour. Cumberland, the cryptocurrency division of Chicago-based trading firm DRW Holdings, is reporting a surge of Bitcoin bids worth more than 4.9 million each. The dotted lines below show 13 orders of at least 1,000 Bitcoin each were traded in less than an hour, starting after midnight on April 2nd. Right there. So I thought that was interesting to show you. And then I saw this, which is another interesting thing. Check this out. And I've talked something about this before. I was on the phone with my father just now telling him this going over this with him. The total supply ever that there will ever be of Bitcoin is 21 million. Right now there's 17.6 million in circulation. They project, this is a projection, this is a low end of the projections I've seen, lost forever because people lost their private keys. I know people who have lost their private keys to Bitcoin that they were given years ago. 2.8 million Bitcoin are lost forever where people lost those keys. So the real supply, 14.8 million. There are 36 million millionaires in the world today. Even if all 21 million Bitcoin were in circulation, there still wouldn't be enough for each to have one. Now that's an amazing thing when you think about it, people. And this is what I was telling my father a minute ago. Just think about that. Even if you just hold one Bitcoin, the people around, regardless of the fact that, just set aside the fact that Bitcoin is an inferior technology to XRP, because it is, and we know it is. That's a fact, okay? It's an inferior technology to most digital assets, but it has the name recognition, and the powers that be and Wall Street have decided, for whatever their reasons are, have decided that Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to be their first two through the door. That's what they've decided. All the money they're spending hundreds of millions of dollars to gear up to do nothing but sell the hell out of Bitcoin. That's what they're doing. That's just the way it is. Okay? Well, you just think about that for a minute. Think about if you've got 36 million millionaires around the world today. Let's say of course, when things start going crazy, all of those guys are going to want to have at least one. Everybody's going to want to have at least one. And it's just imagine what's going to happen to the value of that. I truly believe that Bitcoin at some point will be as high as maybe even higher than $250,000, probably much higher. And so that is just an interesting way to look at this, the numbers. Okay. All right. Next, Saudi Arabia has threatened the United States to stop using dollars for its oil trades in an attempt to discourage legislators from passing a bill dubbed NOPEC, aimed at holding OPEC liable for cartel practices under U.S. law. Now, this is something that I don't know if many of you know or if you really think about. What this is all about is Saudi Arabia is one in a long line of countries who are tired of the United States dollar being the world's reserve currency. And so let's look at what a lot of you may not know, what being the reserve currency, the benefits of that. Here, this kind of tells you in a nutshell. People who live in a country that issues a reserve currency can purchase imports and borrow across borders more cheaply than people in other nations because they do not need to exchange their currency to do so. And then, but this is more important to me than anything, okay? And as I say this to you, I want you to think about how much debt the United States is in right now. It's trillions. The world's need for dollars has allowed the United States government, as well as Americans, to borrow at lower costs, granting them an advantage in excess of $100 billion a year. So what happens when you lose that reserve currency status? What happens, and what would happen to the United States, is a collapse financially, because the only reason they're able to get away with half of this monetary BS that they're able to get away with is because of that reserve currency status. and it's going to go away. And I believe digital assets that's what is going to usher the new world in. Okay, from Michael at VAL 5 links. Now, a crypto analyst known in the industry as Don Alt said that if the crypto bulls continue, XRP is poised to outperform all other significant digital assets. He tweeted this article, but there was a tweet in the article that was really the whole article was about, and this is the tweet. Don Alt at Crypto Don Alt. XRP looks like we're getting 589 after all. And then he says, in all seriousness, this looks pretty good. If we're truly going to get an alt season and this breaks out, it'll outperform most, if not all, other majors. I used the dip to get a bag with spare BTC I had lying around. And so he's talking about XRP there. And then there's this. Now, this is the biggest piece of news I've seen all week right here, folks. Digital, for those of you that don't know, the Currencies Direct is a company that has been trialing XRapid. This is from this news article that came out, I believe, yesterday. Let's see if there's a date on this. I don't see a date, but anyway, I think it was yesterday. Currencies Direct completes successful pilot of XRP for FX payments. This guy puts in a quote in this tweet. Our trial with XRP was a resounding success. We're currently assessing our next steps, but the evidence we've gathered indicates that the use of XRP is a game changer, making payments near immediate and significantly improving service to our customers. Now, let's see who said that. It's actually a guy in the right here. Brian Harris, the Chief Product Officer at Currencies Direct. Well, Currencies Direct is an FX provider. Let's look at FX. This is Currency Direct right here. And what you can do on Currencies Direct, you can check our exchange rate. I would like to transfer between, and you can choose what you're wanting to transfer money between. And so you can go from one currency to another, and you can send money, I guess, worldwide. Your money transfers made. We've helped more than 250,000 people transfer money overseas since 1996. Well, I just want you to think about this for a moment. Currencies Direct, like any company, has competitors, and these guys are calling XRP a game changer. Now let's look at how big the FX business is. Look at this. The Forex market is the largest, most liquid market in the world, with an average daily trading volume exceeding $5 trillion. $5 trillion, folks. As of today, there is, in this market, there is $175 billion in all of cryptocurrencies. And a company who has competitors in the FX space, which moves $5 trillion a day, folks. And they say that XRP is a game changer. So if that's this is one area that XRP is beginning to be tested and used, one area. And the entire crypto market right now is 175 billion. What is going to happen to this figure right here as we really begin to see more and more adoption? This figure is going to be swallowed up, and it's going to be into the multiple trillions, folks. It's going to be into the multiple trillions. And I believe all these boats are going to rise in the short to midterm. All these boats are going to rise, at least the good ones in the top 15. Look how they're all rising right now. This is the last, here's the 7-day returns, the 30-day returns, and the 1-quarter returns. Are you noticing a pattern here, folks? And here's the most interesting thing to me is that XRP has underperformed almost every digital asset in the top 15 or so. The two that have underperformed would be Tron and XRP out of all of these in this top 15 or so. That's why if I was buying right now, I would be buying this one and this one. Now, a lot of people that listen to me, they hate Tron and all this. Well, I got news for you, folks. Tron's going to rise in the short to medium term, regardless of what you think of Justin Sun or whatever. It's going to do well too. But back to what we're talking about here. I just wanted to show you what's happening in this crypto market. This is also the first green I've seen under the 1 year column in quite a while, folks. So you're starting to see it, and here's some green showing up. Well, that's Tether, that doesn't really count, but you see what I'm saying. These numbers are going down fast, and eventually this is all going to be green. And it's all happening kind of right before our eyes right now. What I'm seeing happen now as of this week is we're seeing green, and then we're seeing a little pullback, and then we go back to green. And each time we're seeing, and yesterday you had XRP surging, and it surged by itself more than the others, and I thought that was a really cool sign. Okay, finally I want to show you this. I've told you before, I own some Holochain, okay, which is going to be swapped 1-for-1 for Holo Fuel, okay. Now the symbol's hot. You can buy it on Binance if you haven't bought any. That what they're trying to do, for those of you that don't know, they're trying to create a decentralized internet. They're trying to get these they call them Holo ports, and they've had them on pre-order recently. Okay, what you're going to do is they're selling these Holo ports. People are going to plug them in their house, and it's going to be a decentralized. It's going to be its own internet. The idea being that one day everybody across the world has Holo ports plugged in. Okay, here's the cool part. If you own one of these boxes, and all you have to do is plug it in, go through their setup, whatever that is, and once you plug it in, just for having it plugged in, you earn Holo Fuel. So the hot token, which is going to the Holochain, which is going to be swapped for Holo Fuel, you'll be able to earn it just by owning one of these boxes. So I'm going to get one sooner rather than later. So they've been on pre-order, and I think that you still can pre-order them on this website. But this is the first time that I've seen an actual picture where they're starting to produce them now, and they're about to start sending these things out. So if you haven't ordered one and you want to, they're kind of expensive. What I've said before is I'm probably going to get one of these once the market takes off, and maybe this next bull run, I'm gonna buy one, and about the time that they really start using them. But you can buy them with these are the digital assets you can buy them with as well. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and tell your friends and family to pull for Auburn tonight. Thank you for listening.